Nothing really. I was just like I said, anybody could have picked me and anybody could have passed up on me. So I was just talking to my family, talking to Coach Saban, talking to just everybody, just enjoying the moment.
You weren't all 32 though.
What was that?
You weren't all 32.
I ain't know.
Can you take us through what your night was like with your family in Dallas?
At first they had this. We had gotten like all dressed up, took some pictures at the hotel with my family, some friends, and then after that, me and my parents drove over to. Well, they drove us over to the stadium from the hotel. Then we went to the red carpet, did a bunch of interviews on the red carpet, took some pictures on the red carpet with my parents, with some of my friends. Then after that, we just walked inside, and they put us on the like in the green room, I think it's called. I was just sitting at the table with my parents, my siblings, a couple of my coaches, and that was about it. Just waited it out.
Was there one problem? Obviously, getting drafted was your problem, but someone you met, someone you talked to that night that was just incredible for you?
I mean, the whole night was incredible. Something that you really just dream about. But I was just excited just to be there. And the whole entire time I was just taking it all in, just enjoying everything.
The good players the Dolphins obviously like the versatility you bring to the field. What do you hope to bring to the team? What do you think you can bring to this defense?
I'm just gonna be myself, do what I had to do. I talked to Coach Gase, talked to Coach Burke, and they all just said the same thing: just be yourself. Just do what you got to do, just to become your best self. And with that, I'm gonna help the team out. So whether that be just pushing myself, challenging myself in ways that I usually do, that's gonna better the people around me because they're gonna do the same thing. So it's just doing what I had to do to be the best possible version of myself, and that's gonna overall benefit the team. And that's it, really.
What's it like to know you're on a team where you're going to be playing with veteran Pro Bowl safety like Rashad Jones and T.J. McDonald, who's had an established career as a starter?
Definitely helps out because I could go to them for anything. I could ask them about off the field stuff. I could ask them about on the field stuff. So I could just soak it all in, learn from both of them. A couple other guys, a couple other vets, and that's it. Really, just sitting underneath their wing, grow underneath them, and whatever happens, happens.
Those who are here who covered Nick Saban, I happen to be here, knows that he doesn't dish out compliments to the manner that he spoke about you very often. How do you react to that, and how does that make you feel?
It's a major compliment coming from him. Like you said, he doesn't give them out often. He's had a lot of great players come underneath him, and he hasn't said too much about them. So when you receive a compliment from him, it means a lot. I'm honored to have played for him. I learned a lot from him, and I just gotta live up to his compliments. Can't let it get to my head. Just gotta keep on pushing forward, receive it, and that's it.
You played very quickly at Alabama, and so obviously you were able to digest whatever it is that the coaches ask you. How different is what the Dolphins do from Alabama, and how is it that you are able to digest that stuff pretty quickly?
It's not too much different. I mean, it's almost the same as that defense. A couple of wrinkles here and there. Just of course the terminology is different, so I had to learn terminology. But I mean, football is football. It doesn't really change too much within one season. I just learned it just by doing it, processing things, learning the concepts, not just trying to memorize things. Because when you know the concepts, everybody else is doing around you, it helps you out. So that's what I try to do, and that's it.
What do you expect of yourself as a rookie in your rookie season?
What do I expect of myself?
Yeah.
As in like
starts or participation or on the field?
I'm just going out there working my hardest every day, challenging the people around me, challenging myself. Whatever happens, happens.
Would you be disappointed? I'm sorry, but would you be disappointed if you're not a major contributor or a starter?
I would like to be. I don't think anybody doesn't want to play. But, if I'm not, I hope to be the best out there. I'm going to work to be the best out there so I can contribute to the team.
What have the coaches already said to you about how they would like to utilize you in this scheme?
Just going to start off just learning the defensive backfield, whether it be the nickel spot, the safety spot. Just in there just making calls, making sure I'm learning the defense, and whatever happens, happens.
Because there's a story out there that you're showing up for games like 6 hours before the game and you watch film. How often would you do that, and why did you feel the need to go
I mean, I thought that was a common practice that people did. I thought that people just watch film before the game. So I would either watch it in my hotel room on the iPad, or I'll go in before meetings and just watch film in the meeting rooms, just breaking down some small stuff, going over formations, going over different plays and stuff like that. So I just thought it was something that everybody did. But
Did you always feel the need to go the extra mile and do extra beyond what was required?
I mean, yeah, you should always do that if you're gonna be great. You always gotta do extra. What's that saying? Just no extraordinary without extra. So I thought this is what I always did. So.
You seem like a pretty humble guy, but do you let yourself think about things like, rookie defensive player of the year and stuff like that? Is that a goal for you?
My goal is just to work hard every single day, become better every single day, and then with that comes things like that. But I just go day to day, just challenging myself and pushing myself and the people around me, and then with that comes other things. So if that happens to be one of them that comes along, then that's it.
You can tell like Nick Saban liked you.
What was that?
You can tell like Nick Saban liked you.
Nick, I can't remember if you covered this on draft night or not, but how friendly are you with Kenny Drake?
Kenyon, I'm good friends with him. I talked to him the first day I got here, or in the facility, and we just chopping it up, talking to him. Maurice Smith also, the other DB. I was talking to him for a little while, just asking questions, picking his brain. He was talking to me, just telling me what to do, what not to do, and that was it.
Did Kenyon or anyone else give you some good pointers on how to survive here, how to develop here?
They just told me to be myself, do what I did at Bama, because they know how I was, they know how I kind of just stepped in, did my thing, and didn't really change for nobody. I just worked hard, and they just said, just do what you did there, and you're gonna be all right.
I know you've played on the boundary, and then you played nickel. I know you played free safety. I'm not sure if you played both free safety spots, but where do you think, as a football player, your home is?
On the football field.
Well played.
That's it.
You certainly have the speed, but could you be that center fielder guy that can get red line, when necessary?
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Minka, a lot of people talk about your work ethic, and you were touching on that earlier. Can you remember a time when you were this tall, when you didn't have that kind of drive in you? Were you ever lazy, or have you always been like this?
I mean, as a kid, I don't think any kid knows what hard work is. But I had to grow up at a young age. Family been through some things, so I was about 13, 14. I mean, I just grew up in a blue-collar home. My father was a mechanic. My mother, she worked at a clothing store in the warehouse. So, I just grew up and it was instilled in me just to work hard, and no matter what you're doing, whether it be stuff on the field or off the field, this has just been in my blood since I was young. So I just carried over to football.
How much is being displaced because of the hurricane play a role in your maturity?
Can you say it again? I'm sorry.
Sorry?
Can you say that again?
How much did being displaced by Hurricane Irene, I believe it's 2011, play a role in you growing up faster and being so mature?
I mean, that was the main reason why I had to grow up fast. I had to start working with my father and a couple other things, a couple other jobs. I mean, not every 14-year-old is doing. They're usually playing in the backyard or something like that while I was out working till 12 o'clock at night. And like I said, it was just instilled in me. I couldn't complain. I had to do it because I knew I had to help my parents out, help my family out. So definitely that was like the main reason why I had to work out was because of the displacement from the hurricane, and that was really it. I mean.
What job did you have at 14?
Excuse me?
What job did you have at 14?
So my father, he was a diesel mechanic, so I worked with him. And then also we would do like some construction and plumbing with a family friend.
So can you change oil in the car?
Yeah, I could, yeah.
Can you change brakes in the car?
I ain't never changed brakes before. If my dad, he'd show me what to do, and I could do it like right after him. I mean, that's it.
So how much can you diagnose what's going on in the car?
My father would do most of the diagnosing. He'd say, hey, Mink, do this, and I'll just do it. And that was it for real.
So you haven't signed your contract yet, so you haven't been paid, but how much does reaching this level and finally, you're in the NFL, when you think back to those times back in your youth with the family, how much does that affect you as far as you're going to raise them up, you've accomplished for them?
I mean, in that sense, when it comes to my family, it's definitely an awesome opportunity because I'm definitely going to purchase a home for my family, a home that's going to be their home. Can't be taken away from them, can't be whatever. It's gonna be their home, and it's gonna just be awesome just being able to provide for them. But this being in the NFL wasn't the end goal. I mean, I wanted to be a great player in the NFL, legendary player in the NFL. So, I mean, I made it to this part of the journey, but there's a whole lot more left to go.
About being a great players make great plays.
Yes, sir.
And you have a history of doing the extra, turnovers, touchdowns.
I just do my job.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Not just playing your position and not.
When you do your job, you make plays. That's it.
I hear that you're a very spiritual guy and your family's a very religious family. Where does that come from?
I'll say again, just from being through a lot as a family. We had to sit together as a family, and our foundation is built on our relationship with Christ. And without that, we definitely wouldn't be where we are today, because we would have leaned on other things to get us through what we've been through. So, definitely our foundation is built on Christ and not on anything else.
Minka, is there a player currently in the NFL that you watched that you would model the game after? And if so, who would that be?
It was kind of hard, especially this past season, because I just moved around a whole lot, and there wasn't a lot of people doing that, especially in the NFL. I just tried to take a little bit from the top guys at their position, whether that be Patrick Peterson, Malcolm Jenkins, Eric Berry, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, all those different guys. I just looked at them with my coach, and that's how I learned a lot of the technique at safety and at nickel. I just watched guys do it, and I was just implementing it into my game.
Minka, you trained at Axos with Gesicki, fellow New Jersey guy. You guys close, or did you guys ever have conversations about maybe winding up with the same team in the NFL?
I mean, we talked a little bit. We were busy a whole lot, just working out, training, so it wasn't too much conversation. But I mean, yeah, he's a great dude, great player. I'm excited to get to work with him.
I think guys, I think Jerome's gonna be next.
See Jerome said.
You're feeling that I can also be a first and second down run thumper if I need to be. So does that?
I play ball, that's for sure.
It seemed like all of your best games in college were against Michigan, Oklahoma, like the really big name opponents. What was it about those games that brought out the best in you?
I don't know about you guys, but I was taught the best players, shine in the biggest games. So, I just try to do my best, and it just so happens the big games is where I perform best.
If anyone ever doubted your ability as a three-down backer, what games would you tell them to turn on to prove otherwise?
Just watch me every game. I just go out there and just do what I do, and that's pretty much it for me. There's a lot of talking and all that, but when it's time to play, that's what I do. Just play.
Have you seen Raekwon yet?
Yeah, I said what up for him. Yeah, made fun of me a few times. What'd you say?
What's it been like to kind of reconnect with him?
It's cool. See a familiar face. There's a lot of new faces, so it was cool to see him.
So what do you want to accomplish? What is it that you want to get out of, let's start small, this weekend?
Just learn as much as I can. Learn the building, learn the playbook, learn faces. That's all I'm looking forward to this weekend, just learning.
When you saw the playbook the first time, or the tablet, whatever, you thought what?
Better get to work. And that's it. It was cool just to see a different, playbook. I've been around Ohio State for a while, so just to see a different one, it was fun. And you got that different energy of I'm willing to learn, I'm ready to learn. So it was definitely fun.
Jerome, when you have meshed up directly with Gesicki quite a bit?
Yeah.
So, like, how many of the games during your time there were you specifically matched up with him? And what can you tell us? What do you remember from those matchups?
I can't remember exact times how many, but he's a great player. That's all it is to that. He's a great player and definitely going to compete.
What was difficult about those? Or what were the challenges, or how do you feel like they went overall? You and him battling head-to-head.
Individually.
I mean, I'm sure you'll say
he's big. He's he can definitely go get the ball, all that. His routes are good. But I look at the team aspect. He got me one year and I got him the last. So this league is about what you've done for me lately, and I got the win, so that's for sure.
It's obviously a challenge for linebackers to keep up with fleet-footed running backs. What made you effective doing that?
Learning tendencies, pretty much just stay in the playbook and field work, and your physical skills are going to catch up to it. So that's what makes me effective.
After the draft, or after you were selected, rather, Chris Greer, he mentioned just how fast you were, and then they mentioned your time at the combine and said, I don't know what he ate that day, I don't know what happened, but he's normally way faster than this. What happened at the combine, and maybe why the time wasn't,
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but I just know when it's time to play, I'm fast. And it's the difference between clock speed and game speed. So I didn't get the time I wanted, but on film and on tape, all that, and I run fast. So.
What was the time that you went in and maybe had your fastest time?
Combine went to break the record. It was 4.41 or something like that. I didn't get it, but it's all good.
Jerome, what did it mean to you to be an Ohio State linebacker? You guys have a storied history, and was there pressure, and how did you deal with that pressure if it existed?
Not pressure. It's a standard. Our linebackers is known to be great linebackers, so I just wanted to uphold that standard. And now the real task is here now, so definitely excited.
Has Matt Burr told you where you're going to start out? Will you do only weak side, or does he want you to learn multiple spots?
No, just learn the defense. That's what I'm getting started to do. So.
When you say people have always given you or overlooked you, maybe because of your size all the way back to high school, is it something that you hear about on the field? Is it something that opposing players will trash talk you about during games?
No, if you ask anybody to play against me, they don't mention my size at all. It's hard looking outside in. So on the field, I do my job. That's all I can do.
Was there ever a coach or anything back in high school that told you you're too small to play this position or that, or do whatever it is that you wanted to do?
It's been the same. Just guys say it, but once I actually play against you, you really don't even notice how small or big I am. So it's all good.
A lot of people talk about, for linebackers, how important it is to stack and shed linemen, but there's different ways to get around that, right? You don't always have to be a guy head on. What have kind of been varying techniques that you use to maybe beat a guy to a spot?
Different places, I was asked to do a lot of different things at Ohio State. So when people say you wasn't big on shedding, a lot of times I was asked to do a lot of different things that wasn't usual just because of my speed. So, but people don't know that inside you only got to be in the room to know that. So that was a little secret, I guess you say that. But I can do it all. That's pretty much all I can do.
So it's not about more so whether or not you can do it, it's what you were asked to do.
Right. I'm one of those guys. Whatever you ask me to do, I'm going to do it. And do it to the best of my ability. And so, yeah.
When you talk to Ray Clark, what did he tell you was the toughest part about making that transition from the college game to the NFL?
He just said take one day at a time, learn one install at a time, and just have fun. He said I got to this point just because I can play football, so that's all you have to do is just focus on that. So.
Has there been any part of this experience that was surreal to you, like when you walked into the building or when you sat down with somebody or a particular player you might have seen around the facility? You're just kind of like, wow, this is really happening?
As soon as I got off the plane, I looked around, I was like, all right, this is warm. I'm not used to this time of the year. I'm away from home. So that's when it finally hit me. When I got off that plane, it was time to get to work.
This is warm to you?
This is warm. It's freezing up where I'm from.
This ain't warm.
It's been kind of mild.
Well, this is great weather to me, that's for sure.
Who were the leaders of the Ohio State defense?
We had so many great leaders. Different rooms had different leaders. That's what made it unique. Me and Worley pretty much led the linebackers. The D-line, it was so many of those guys. From Sam, Taekwon, Jay. I'm not going to name them because then they're going to see it, so I'm just going to say the D-line was awesome. The safeties, we had E. Smith, Dame Webb, the corners, Denzel. So it was so many guys that, we did that 4 units coming together as one. So
did you have any problems stepping up at a time of adversity when things were not going great, like on the field?
Mm-hmm.
Were you one of the guys that,
Yeah, so I don't say I'm a vocal leader, or I don't say I'm a leader just quiet and don't say anything. I'm kind of in between. I see how the problem or how things are going, and I kind of step into that role, what I have to do. So I can't say I'm one or the other. I'm more of a mix of in between.
What NFL player would you say you modeled your game after?
I was a big fan of Shazier. That was the one player I seen him my junior year. I was being recruited by Ohio State. He played Indiana, freezing cold, and he had like 20-some tackles. And that's when I became a big fan of Shazier.
Were you watching when he got injured?
I wasn't watching that game, but I seen the clip. It's unfortunate, but it's a part of the game, so he's definitely going to come back strong. So.
You saw him at the draft?
When he walked out, I saw him at the draft, yeah. It just shows how strong he is. He's never going to quit. I talked to him a little bit after the spring game. He's just one of those guys, he's never going to quit, that's for sure.
What'd you say to him?
I don't really remember. I was just so excited to see him, and it was pretty cool just to see one of the guys you look up to, so it was all good.
What about his game do you think you do as well or close to
His speed, his just his attack mindset, pretty much everything. When he came out of college saying the same thing, he was too small. He just performed every Sunday, so that's what I pretty much try to do.
Good. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jerome.
Guys, you have been polling?
Why do you figure you lasted so long in the draft with those kind of stats? Size?
Maybe. For some people it's an issue and a little short for maybe some people they're liking, maybe a little light, but it was a good year for linebackers in my opinion in the draft, a lot of great athletes. So I think I attribute that to being a big reason.
Quentin, hopefully this is the last time I ask you this. Is it polling or polling?
Polling.
Polling.
Thank you.
Any Power 5 conference offers coming out of high school?
Nope.
Had you felt overlooked during that process as a high school senior?
Not really. Yeah, I started the whole camp scene in high school a little late, and to pick up some of those Power 5 offers, you got to get at it a little bit earlier than I'd really known. Hindsight thing, but.
So how big of a party was there in Gomer, Ohio when you were drafted? And is population 102 correct?
Yeah. Not much of a party. I limited it to select family members, and even then I was kind of out in my dad's garage and kind of fielding phone calls and things like that. So it was a stressful day.
Well, in terms of the town itself, I can't imagine there are many people in Gomer, Ohio get drafted in the NFL.
Not too many. So it was good, very exciting. I'm sure there are probably, a third of that population doesn't even know that I am from there or who I am. So, but then, the people who I'm pretty close with, neighbors, they're ecstatic.
What gives you confidence that going from playing the conference you did in college to playing at the highest level of football in the world, that you're going to be able to make that transition?
Just knowing that I'm going to prepare to do it. So preparation, knowing what you're doing will allow you to make up a lot of the game speed type things. You can't play fast if you don't know what you're doing. So just, hitting the books a little harder than everyone else is and trying to learn my position, the whole defense and everything.
You probably, I don't know your schedule, but you probably played in some big road stadiums, is that right?
Yes.
What's the biggest you played in?
Tennessee.
All right, so 65,000 at Hard Rock Stadium won't be overwhelming for you then?
No.
Quentin, did you just say a third of the people in your town might not know that you're from there?
Correct. Yeah.
30 people.
Yeah. Quick math.
How is that possible? You're just joking, right?
No. I mean, it's.
You're not like a celebrity there?
No. So it's a classic town setup of a T, two roads, road and road. So this road, probably pretty good, well known. This road, maybe not so much. Most houses, I'd assume.
So why don't you have the crossover appeal? What's going on?
I don't know. Just all my friends live on this road, so I stay there.
Wait a minute. There's only like one high school there, I'm assuming.
I go to high school not in that settlement. So it's not big enough to even be called a village.
The city, that's why like half the city doesn't pay attention to who you are.
Right.
You've gotten too big for him.
I'm sorry.
You've gotten too big for him. Huh?
Yeah.
You had 18 college sacks. How often were you used as a blitzer, and how effective are you?
Pretty frequently. We got after people. We had some blitzes that were very effective in the run and pass games. So we blitzed a lot and did some limited man stuff, but a lot of it was kind of a hug and add to your man pressure type thing on the running back when you have a man. So get some coverage sacks and stuff like that. So.
And in pass coverage, you have 7 picks, obviously, in the 4 years there. How often would you be used in coverage? Do you feel good about your abilities with that?
Yeah, I've used frequently. A lot of our cover 4 stuff, I was just area dropping over the running backs, things like that. So very basic, but we expanded a lot more cover 3, cover 2 stuff in my junior and senior season. So I feel comfortable with where I am right now, but not really. You got to make a transition here, so you got to stay a little uncomfortable with everything, and can always get better.
Do you have any doubts whether you can play on this level?
No,
Why do you say that?
just because I know I'm going to prepare and give my best effort, and if I doubted myself with my best effort, then I probably just wouldn't even came here.
What do you think is playing on special teams? Because, as you might guess, that's going to be an avenue where you can make the team doing that.
Absolutely. Special teams are a lot of fun. It wasn't something that I was asked to do in college just because I took so many reps on defense, and coaches didn't want me to potentially get hurt. But, it's a third of the game. It's exciting. It's, kind of man on man, who's the better athlete, who's going to beat who. So in terms of that aspect, just going up against someone and competing, I don't think there's any more true form than special teams.
Have you been told, hey man, special teams is going to be a thing for you?
Yeah, kind of going through the draft process and taking visits everywhere and meeting with coaches. It's kind of, hey, this is going to be your foot in the gateway. You got to be good on special teams. You got to make those teams, be starting on those teams, and develop your game as a linebacker.
So what will it take for you to be a celebrity in your entire hometown?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I could ever reach that goal.
Who's the famous person in that town? Is it like the mailman, or who are you chasing?
So this guy, Ed Sandy, he passed away recently. He used to play Major League Baseball way back in the day. He struck out Babe Ruth. So he's like the man. So like I said, I don't know if I'll be able to dethrone that, but maybe if I strip sack Brady a couple times, might get the job done.
When's that picture of you with the Dolphin? Can you give details on when that picture was taken and how often you've done that and where it is?
The tweet?
The tweet with the picture of you with the Dolphin?
Yeah, that was at the Bahamas Bowl. So the Bahamas Bowl, they had an event with the seniors, or the captains rather, where our captains and UAB's captains, we did a swim with the Dolphins event. So the guy, the trainer, was just kind of, he was making us each, give it a kiss, the dolphin a kiss on the head and give it a fish. And he told, 2 or 3 guys prior that we could, he's like, oh, you can kiss the dolphin. And they're like, oh, no way. And I was like, I'll do it, whatever. I'm not above that.
For the sake of perspective, if Dan Marino went into your town, would everybody know who he is?
No.
So it's okay that more people know you in that town than Dan Marino?
Probably not. But yeah, there's always going to be those like 15 or 20 that I don't think you're quite going to reach.
For somebody who's never seen you play, how would you describe how you play?
Fast, high motor guy, smart guy. I'm always going to put myself in the best possible position to do my assignment and my technique.
You have the ability to make a lot of impact plays, plays in the hole. What do you attribute that to?
Kind of playing the position that I was at Ohio, that middle linebacker. Being in the middle, you have an opportunity on most plays to, make a play. When you're, stuck to one side of the field, teams can go away from you a little more. But when you're in the middle, it's, teams can't just avoid the middle of the field the entire time. So.
Your strength that allows you to kind of get in there, or is it speed?
Yeah, a combination. Just overall, being a football player.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
So, okay.
Pronunciation on the last name?
Gasicki.
Gasicki.
Yeah, Gasicki.
All right. Your goal as a rookie, I mean, you've probably read or heard there are expectations that you would come in and start. Is that where your mindset is?
Nah, I mean, I think ultimately coming in here, my first and foremost, the only goal I have today, right now, is to continue to, dive into that playbook and, continue to feel more comfortable with my job, my assignment, my role on each and every play. There's a lot of stuff going on in that playbook, and I'm at my best when I can play fast and play confident. So I just had to continue to, feel comfortable in that. And then, in terms of goals and expectations, I do hold myself to a very high standard, and, I expect a lot out of myself. But, I'm not going to come out and say, where I want myself or in the depth chart or this and that, because there's a lot of talented guys in that room, a lot of guys with, some experience in this league. So whether I can learn from them, whether we can learn from each other, grow as a group, grow as a complete room, that's what I'm excited about.
When you're labeled an athletic tight end, do you like that, or do you think that pigeonholes you? It seems like a good title.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, especially with the way that the game of football is going, I think that athletic tight ends are kind of an important puzzle to the piece, or important piece of the puzzle. But ultimately, you have to be able to do everything. You have to be able to run block, you have to be able to pass block, you have to be able to, run the deeper routes, the shorter routes, just everything. So when you're a tight end, you're involved in every aspect of the game. So, I can't just, go in there and be a big receiver. I got to be able to go in on running downs and all that kind of stuff. But, it is something I would say that, that label, the athletic tight end, I think, it fits me. But I will continue to work to be a complete tight end. It's something that I'm, going to continue to work on.
You took some knocks in the pre-draft process for the blocking. Did you hear that criticism? Did it anger you? Did it kind of inspire you?
I've been criticized my entire career, so it's nothing new. It's not something that, a new aspect to my game. I've dealt with adversity in my career before. I've, handled criticism, all that kind of stuff. But, ultimately, I try to block it out. Just if you hear it, that's it with it. I'm not really going to pay too much attention to it, just because, the only thing that's really important to me is, the Miami Dolphins organization, Coach Day, Coach Gase, those kind of guys, and their, criticism on me and their coaching on me, because those are the guys that I'm trying to impress.
But you constantly hear it.
Absolutely.
It has to sit bother you.
In terms of, bother, I think that's just natural. Somebody says something about you, you're not going to be happy about it, but I try to just, it is what it is. That's what people want to say, but at the end of the day, everybody's going to have their opinion and all that kind of stuff. I'll be the first one to tell you that I need to continue to improve in the run game, in the, blocking, all that kind of stuff. But, if you guys know anything about me and who I am, I'm extremely competitive. I, work my tail off each and every day. So I'm going to get to where I need to be.
Mike, coming from up north, you're not really in the worst of it yet down here, but what do you know about the climate down here and what training camp is going to be like?
It's going to be hot, man. It's, down in, southern Florida, and it's definitely going to get a little warm, a little humid, all that kind of stuff. But, I've, dealt with the, humidity, all that kind of stuff. I know it's not exactly the same, but, I'm from New Jersey, right by the beach. You kind of deal with, a little bit of that, but obviously not to this extent. But, it's just part of the game, and once you get acclimated to it, you get used to it.
Is this something hard fun with you guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just so you know what you're getting into?
Yeah, they're talking about nutrition and hydration, all that kind of stuff to prepare you to be ready for that.
Without thinking of the blocking aspect at all, what on the football field do you do really well that you love doing, that you enjoy, and what is it that you struggle doing?
I think my best attribute would be high pointing the ball, going, making contested catches, scoring touchdowns in the red zone, that kind of stuff, making big plays. That's definitely, one of the reasons why I was, picked where I was. But, and then, just some other things that I need to work on, just the minor details of, route running, the minor details of, your first step, coming out of breaks, all that kind of stuff. I'm nowhere near to where I need to be, but I mean, I'm going to get there, whether it's this year, next year, with these coaches and the time and the effort they put into everybody on this team. It's great.
Why didn't you end up playing basketball?
I think, basketball is a sport that I played my entire life. So, and then when I, started getting into football in, middle school and high school and all that kind of stuff, I started, seeing my potential with football and where the game of football could take me. And, now I'm standing here, tight end for the Miami Dolphins. So it's kind of been a dream come true in that aspect of it. I didn't, see my career path taking me to the NBA in basketball. So
following at what age, at what point did you say, okay, I need to put most of my effort and energy into football?
I didn't put all my effort and energy into football until I got to college. I was playing football in the fall. I was playing basketball in the wintertime, volleyball in the springtime, and then obviously lifting, running, all that kind of stuff in between. So that's why I say, I haven't really scratched the surface of the player that I can become. I've really played tight end now. I played receiver in high school. I played tight end now for 3.5 years at Penn State. So there's definitely a lot of steps I can take forward and continue to get better. That's kind of what I'm really excited about.
Did you get offers for basketball?
Yeah, I had a couple offers, more like Patriot League schools, Bucknell, Colgate, Lehigh, schools like that. I visited for basketball, and then obviously, you take the visits for football. You go to Penn State, and you see 110,000 people in the stands, and you're like, all right, I'm playing football. So.
What can you tell us about matching up directly with Jerome Baker over the last couple of years?
Yeah, obviously, Ohio State, was a big game for us each and every year, and he was kind of the leader of their defense. There was situations where me and him were matched up together, and all that kind of stuff. He's a great player, really athletic. Uses his speed to his advantage, and obviously it's got him to where he is today.
Watching NFL games, he was too small. You probably felt the impact of
I didn't hear what you said.
He says everyone always tells me he's too small. I'm guessing you're not one of the guys that.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, people are going to say whatever they're going to say, and he's a great example of blocking that out and getting to where he is today without listening to that.
Watching NFL games on TV the last 2 years, anyone you watch where you think, I would like to be like him, I could be like him?
Yeah, those guys set a really high standard, and I'm not, comparing myself to any of those guys just because, I have a lot of work to do. But a guy that I have watched a lot is, two guys, Travis Kelce and Jimmy Graham. Two guys that I think, Jimmy Graham with the basketball background, all that kind of stuff, and, being a big threat in the red zone, and Travis Kelce being extremely athletic. They use him in a bunch of different scenarios and situations. And so, but, those guys obviously have been extremely talented and, extremely successful over the past couple of years. And, those are guys that, I'm shooting for.
Mike, I don't know anything at all about competitive volleyball, but you were really good, right?
Yeah, I was all right, yeah.
Do you feel like that if you would follow that track, that you'd be at the highest level of that sport? Is that something that you could have done, do you think?
Knowing me and knowing my work ethic and all that kind of stuff, I think if I put all my efforts into it, why not? My volleyball team in high school, we went to the state finals 4 years in a row, won it my junior and senior year, and I was the New Jersey State Player of the Year, but I don't know how much that goes into the whole perspective, but yeah.
Better money in football.
Yeah, a little bit.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Mike, the dunks on Twitter, when was that shot?